Solipsism, the one word and the ideology behind it that can be used to define the entirety of mass hypnosis and slave mentality. So, where does the word come from, and what does it mean? It comes from Latin solus, which means alone, plus ipse, which means self, plus ism. Alone, self, solipsism. The concept of the word means individuals in a society who believe that what they perceive, which is built upon personal belief structures and thought ideologies, is what truth is. For example, if you watch CNN, that becomes part of your truth paradigm, which gets parroted over and over and over. And over a period of time, you think you thought that. The alone concept of solipsism drives the nail in the coffin because in this part of the mindset, one believes the self and its experiences is all that can be known to exist. Therefore, all other beliefs or opinions are just that, beliefs and opinions that only mean something to the other and not you. This may seem harmless, but when we look at the structure of our society and where we're heading, it's like handing everybody a shovel to dig their own grave. Some examples of solipsist view and everyday thinking that happens in this mindset. Well, better him than me. Or, why should I care for anybody I don't personally know? Or, to be honest, I don't really care for anybody but myself and my family. And, I don't really care what happens in this world and other people as long as it doesn't affect me or my family. Does this sound familiar? I'm sure it does, because in this mindset is built out of the concept called moral relativism, which has been used by social engineers to keep people locked into a slave mind and a selfish way of thinking. And if a mass majority of people are stuck within a thought paradigm which only includes that person, then the world is basically free for the taking. We've basically said, yeah, go ahead, ruling elite. I really don't care about humanity because for all I know, this is just some kind of holographic thought game, and it could all just be in my head. So, big government comes in and tells people to bend over when they've been bad little boys and girls. And when big government really wants to turn the volume up, they trick you into thinking they're there to help. They'll gaslight and promote heavy shame and guilt campaigns for all the ones who don't want to comply to their rules, regulations, and mandates. Solipsism and moral relativism go hand in hand. Moral relativism is the belief that what is right and wrong and what is true in this world and universe is purely and only in the minds of individual people. For example, what's right for Betty might be wrong for Billy, and vice versa. Most people view the world in this way in some shape or form. So what happens when the collective conscious is locked into this frame of mind? We end up forgetting about the amazing creation we are and what we've been given by Source Creator. We forget that like root system of trees in a forest, we are intrinsically connected and cannot escape that fact. When humans wake up and see our true connection with each other, the hypnosis of selfish mindsets and general lack of care for each other will slowly fade away like a water puddle under the sun. And, we may be living in some sort of holographic matrix of sorts. I mean, after all, we are all photonic light beings when we get down to the smallest nature of our physical bodies. So this doesn't mean it's all in your head. It's a collective consciousness we all share and operate through and with. Most people's anxieties, depressions, mental disorders, etc. are not because of personal issues as much as it is our whole human family has been traumatized and tortured for thousands and thousands of years. For these reasons, we play out what has been played for us to absorb. We get brainwashed into solipsistic ideology through media, books, entertainment, sports, politics, celebrities, etc. And once we're in this mindset, we become puppets, driven into a hive mind rather than a collective conscious mind. Examples of group trauma are the world wars, the 9/11 Twin Tower psyop and the emergency declarations that set into motion, mass shooting events, the global pandemic COVID psyop and the emergency declarations that set into motion. As we can see, our perceived freedoms are just that. They're perceived. Just look around and notice all the things you can't do without the state having some stake or say in it. We live in a society that boasts freedom, and this is nothing what freedom looks like. Pure hypnosis. When we finally wake up, we'll understand how the media and every institution we live under was made to make you sick and diseased so your sickness could be profited from. For example, Big Pharma funds media. The media funds your fears. Your fears fund your disease, and your disease funds Big Pharma. That's how corporations cycle and use people as batteries, soulless, lifeless, and heartless. This is how we play out the corporation's wishes. Freedom, truth, and rights are absolute and unmovable forces of nature, which exist outside of man. The Founding Fathers knew this and tapped into these laws of nature, which found its way to pen, known as the Constitution of the United States of America. Freedom is not just a state of mind, it's a state of emotion, right thought, and right action. A little here and a little there is all we've ever seen. When mankind finally realizes this on a mass scale, we'll see a world no one's ever imagined. If we really want full extraterrestrial disclosure, true freedom, free energy, and abundance for all kind, we'll stop the Iron Hand from its tyranny. We the people have the real power, the real heart, the real love, and the real ability to break the chains of slavery and build the golden age of a millennia.